Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new replay cast. Today we're going to be having a look at, in the bottom left spawning as the blue Zerg player, Africa SC2 SoO. And on the top right as the red Terran is going to be INnoVation, who doesn't have a team name. It's going to be building a depot, no proxy rexes so far. And we see this rally point being normal, so we're not going to be seeing any kind of proxy rexes this game. At least I'd be very surprised. And the proxy rexes would be very late. Now, INnoVation is someone that has been proxy rexing a fair amount in all kinds of series. I've seen him do it against Serral, Raynor, in the most recent Stay-at-Home Story Cup. And every now and then he'll pull one out in the Olimo League or even the GSL. I've seen him do it, whether that's against Stos or Zerg. You have two drones being sent out here for SoO, one for the hatchery. You might be thinking, isn't this way too early for a third base already? Yes, that is way too early for a third base. This drone will be used for scouting any kind of close by proxy locations. I've mentioned this before, but I always feel like, even though this is of course better than just scouting with overlords, it still feels like you're gambling a bit that it isn't on certain positions. Because right now, if it was right over here, that would really suck. Because sending out a drone early actually costs a lot of money for Zerg. Zerg is not used to sending out drone scouts, so none of their builds are really used to this. And every second the drone is in mining, that costs about 1 mineral. So you can imagine if you move out at, well, what was it? 45, maybe 40 seconds, and you only come back home at 140. That means you just lost 60 minerals without really achieving anything. So imagine losing 60 minerals and then getting proxy rex just out of vision. That could be really quite painful. That could be the difference between being able to make a spine or being able to make a queen or not. So it's one of the disadvantages of the drone scout. People often ask like, oh, why doesn't Zerg just always drone scout for proxy rex? Well, if it is a standard game, first of all, it puts them behind a pretty significant amount. 60 minerals is of course a full drone, and a full drone means you have one drone less mining. So it is a little bit of a snowball effect as well. Which you definitely can feel in your build order. And on top of that, if the two barracks are still proxied but slightly out of vision, then it's still going to be really annoying to deal with. So we see INnoVation here moving out with his first Reaper, trying to get some damage done. Won't be able to get a single ling, I think. Oh, as I say that, his micro actually is quite good. There's 6 lings here, which is a lot. Usually you only see 4 lings. Ooh, I think he's going to get 1. He might get 2. I won't get 2. Okay, he doesn't want to take too much more damage here on this Reaper. At least not while it's healing. It's going to be a tumor. INnoVation needs to gamble where it's going to be if he wants to jump it. He does not want to jump it, so first tumor goes down. Relatively safe position as well, right? INnoVation can't really do much about that. Now, what do we have here out of INnoVation? Third CC before Hellions are starting. Second gas will be built at the natural, most likely. And we have the swap with the factory and the barracks. There we go. Gas going down at the natural, starport going down in the main. This is most likely going to be something like a 6-car Hellion. Now the reason, or 6-car Liberator. So the reason I say this is because he's floating the barracks, looking for overlords. So Banshee seems pretty unlikely. So most likely either going to be a Viking or a Liberator. Stim will be a little bit delayed because he won't have the tech lab. It looks so silly if the overlords are in there. But I like the effort. You know, you gotta applaud him for wanting to deny some scouting. Reaper chilling over here will die now to these lings. No. It's like, well, it's nice to know that you came from that side, but well, fellas, you just gave me a free scouting to your main base. That's exactly what's going to happen. No layer yet. Sees the amount of gas being mined. Lings trying to return back into the main base. Reaper will fall before the lings even make it back. It is going to be Banshee. I'm very surprised. I think SoO is going to be surprised by this as well. I really don't think this is common, where if you usually you use the barracks, right, to get a tech lab going on that starport, but in this case you can't really be doing that because you use the barracks for scouting. So it means your Banshees are going to be delayed, but it also means your opponent, well, actually SoO actually didn't see that he flooded the barracks, so SoO actually has no clue. SoO still just thinking, well, this could be Banshee regular timing. So he might just get a straight layer, might get some blind spores as well. So far a nice little start here for SoO, even though nothing has really happened. Going up to 50 workers now. Layer is about to be done. 10 more drones are on the way. How many links do we have? We have 5 links against 6 cars. 2 more cars are coming out. And Let's see if that's gonna be it. Yes, we're seeing the extra barracks being added at this point. One reactor being built with this factory once again. This will most likely turn into an overseer the moment this layer finishes, and we're gonna see one overseer at home as well. If not, that would slightly surprise me. No overseer at home yet. Straight spire. No overseer on the other side of the map. 4 banelings are being built. In case there is some kind of hellbat timing, you will need those banelings. And he has absolutely no links. He survived with just 11 links. That's such a low link count. Going straight into Mura. Very high drone count already. 64. 6 more on the way. We'll go up to 70. If he gets a fort base down, like, he's gonna be in a sick position. Creep spread looking super healthy as well. 2 Banshees moving in. There is 1 overseer being morphed on the offensive side right now. I'm not sure if SoO managed to see this. I don't think he did. Did not manage to see the 2 Banshees flying in right now. So there's not a single overseer here. There's no detection. INnoVation could go absolutely ham here. Not a spore, no detection, no queens. I mean, even if there was queens, what were they gonna do? It takes such a long time if you have 2 invisible Banshees in one of your bases. So we see INnoVation moving towards the natural now. We'll be able to pick up a couple more workers. So all of this greed by SoO, even though it paid off in the early game, right now was slightly too greedy, not even getting an overseer. No spores in any of the bases. And about 20 workers will end up going down here. Very, very painful, of course. Have 1 spore in position. This Banshee will maybe be able to get something done. No, just moves to the forward base. And as I say that, comes back. Really wants to hit those 20 kills on those 2 Banshees, I guess. Can't blame the guy. Well, ends up losing it. Centrifugal hooks ends up finishing. And Muras are out on the way. So now it's time for SoO to do some damage. As the first 2 medevacs are out, what do we have in terms of unit count? We have 15 links, 4 banelings, 5 muralists. That's not enough. There's a lot of Hellions here. There's a lot of Marines. I have a hard time seeing how SoO will defend this base. I have a very hard time seeing that. Now there's a turret on the way. We'll barely finish in time. 2 SCVs will die here. A couple more might go down here on that 3rd base. 4th base for SoO is rapidly falling. Hellions are coming in to help out in this push as well. Not a lot of queens here to assist. Where are the queens? I'm not quite sure. There's only 4 queens in total. Very low queen count. 9 muralists are out. Still trying to do some damage. Don't think it's going to be enough though. (69) versus 68 workers. 2-2 just started for INnoVation. 4th base of SoO has gone down, and the only thing SoO really has going for himself is creep spread currently, and I'm sure INnoVation has something to say about that in the next couple of seconds as just stims forward. And I honestly have a hard time seeing how SoO even stays alive at this point. Good micro here with the muralist. A little bit sloppy here by Inno, who loses a free medevac, but I mean, I think that was a kill on that hatchery, not even a deny. Yes, it was a kill. 2 hatcheries have gone down. This is a decent fight for SoO, at least it looked like a decent fight. Good connections with the banelings, but feels like he's just lacking numbers here. 16 muras are out. There's not a single baneling. Oh, there's not even a single ling on the map currently. If INnoVation would just stim forward at this point, he'd absolutely destroy SoO, but of course he can't know that there's not a single baneling here at the moment. Good micro here with those muralists. Managed to pick up a tank here and there, a hellbat here and there, and some decent baneling connections. More Marines are rallying forward right now. 2-2 halfway down. 2-2 just now starting up for SoO, who once again has that 4th base up. Managed to get up to 141 supply. A couple of creep tumors being dropped as well. This area is so difficult to engage in with banelings because you have this weird choke already. Does get some decent damage done here. There's 2 workers falling somewhere. I'm not quite sure where. Mutalist trying to do damage. There's still a single tank now going to be blocking the retreat path of all of those units. But yeah, these hellbats are doing so much work against these zerglings for now as well. Mutalist trying to push forward. Banelings rolling in. We'll be able to get a lot of good connections here. And the Mura count remains high. 70 Mura still out. There is no upgrade for the Mutalist though, so it's a little bit annoying. SoO manages to snipe a medevac. Another tank goes down, and hardly losing any Mutalisks. His micro is absolutely fantastic. And you see slowly but surely supply is getting closer and closer. The real problem is going to be right now where infantry armor and infantry weapons finishes up. Vehicle plating level 1 finishes up. And all of a sudden SoO's in a little bit of trouble. Fort base is being built on location as there's no counterattacks on the map right now. And INnoVation is aware of that. 40 mutas are out, 5 more on the way. Good micro, trying to snipe a marine here and there, trying to get those marauders. 1 tank dies, medevac dies, another tank. 2 tanks die. 2 mutas do go down, a lot of banelings go down as well. But now that these tanks are gone, banelings are going to be a lot more useful. This choke seems a lot worse if there's no tanks on the low ground. Perhaps even on the ramp like we've seen before. A couple of queens will be able to push this back at least a little bit in combination with the mutas. We'll be able to get a couple of more marines. A lot of money in the bank here for SoO, who is still lacking baneling count. Only 9 on the map right now. There's no overseer here to clear these mines either, so banelings will have to do their job very well. Good mine hit there by INnoVation. Lots of money being saved up for SoO, who doesn't have a macro edge yet, really needs it. Look at the amount of money that he's saving right now. That's definitely not the way you want to be. Tor being a little bit exposed. Medevac could come in to save it. No, not necessary as these mines burrow and SoO realizes he can't stay there much longer. It's a good muta count we have here. No upgrades yet on the muta. +1 drill now starting. We have 1 mine detonating. We have another mine being picked off here by SoO, who is doing a pretty decent job with his mutas. He actually has been doing a very good job with his mutas. Resource loss still in favor of INnoVation, but that is despite the big effort of the mutalisk. How many banelings do we have? Only 15. Only 15 is better than before. We were at a single digit banelings for a very, very long time here, and now perhaps if SoO managed to get a decent fight, he can actually kind of see a future in this game. I mean, he has a very big muta count. He's gonna go for a counterattack with a mutalisk, which is a very ballsy play. This means this army will need to hold off, well, all of this, at least for the next 20-25 seconds, while these mutas go ham on the other side of the map. And I'm not quite sure if these links and banelings can. SoO desperately trying to set up a good attack as the mutas go into this fort base. We'll be able to pick up the turret. We'll be able to get a couple of SCVs as well. A lot of banelings detonating on top of the store. Not quite what you want. Here comes the big engagement. We'll be flying in with a lot of banelings. Marines falling. This was a very good engagement here for SoO, who really kills everything except for the medevacs and the Thors. Mutas managed to kill 2 bases here. So right now what do we have? Well, really we have a 3-3 Terran who's on 3 bases, who's gonna be losing even more ICVs against the Zerg that's on 5 bases. Equal worker count, but less upgrades. So you see the income is heavily in favor of INnoVation here. What a weird fight. I can't believe that SoO actually managed to hold. What a hold. And hold the line. And he really managed to hold everything here. 13 more workers do end up going down. There's no hive on the way, but I don't think SoO will need that for now. SoO really just needs to defend. Perhaps sprinkle in a drone here or there. Get a couple of queens going again. He still has 4 on the map, so inject should not really be a major issue. With 5 hatcheries, of course. It's a ballsy move out here by INnoVation. Not quite sure what he's doing with this enemy. As he floats the main to a fort base location. A lot of mulage on there. We have a couple of mules on all of these bases. But he might just be using those purely for scans. We see marauders being constructed right now, preparing for some kind of ultralisk switch, or perhaps for tanking those banelings. See the store going on. I don't know what the kill count is. 8 kills on this Thor. And Mura's trying to do some damage once again. Well, doing some damage on the other side of the map. And there's one thing we need to keep in mind. The more workers go down, the bigger the army of INnoVation will get. Once he is maxed. Now, of course, right now he's not maxed, but you could imagine a scenario in which INnoVation just tries to max out with 3-3. Gets like a massive army supply, like 140, 150. and then takes this thing down. SoO's goal here is to keep trading again and again and just keep getting cost efficient trade, or at least 1-to-1 ratio trades, right? Because at this point, INnoVation, he's actually mining a decent amount again because he just keeps flying over his command centers. Even slightly out mining SoO at the moment. SoO moving forward with a lot of banelings. There's not that many mines anymore. Good connections here for SoO. Mutas are coming in as well. We'll be able to clear these stores. We'll be able to clear the final marines as well. And INnoVation completely getting pushed back at this point. SoO once again having a fantastic fight against these 3-3 Terran units. Does not seem to care. Just rolls forward with Mutalisks, with Zerglings, and with banelings. Mines connect on top of these overseers, but it's not going to be enough for INnoVation. Couple of question marks being sent in. As INnoVation seems confused by how we managed to lose this game. I'm a little bit confused as well. Views are raining down from the sky, but even with all the minerals in the world, he would not be able to hold his base because there's just too many Mutalisks, there's too many links, there's too many banelings morphing in. And I think this is going to be it. Poor INnoVation. Incomplete confusion as to why he's losing this game. We're actually getting decent army supply again. Might have spoken a little bit too soon. As no. Now it's SoO with a question mark. These marines are doing some real work on those Mutalisks. Of course, there's a very low worker count at this point, but with Muse, you're still going to be able to get a lot of money. SoO does need to be a little bit careful, actually. I don't think SoO was aware that this base was here. There's going to be fighting over here. I was joking, but actually the army supply of INnoVation is quite big. Now, he doesn't have a great mine count. He still has 6 mines. If he gets up to like 8-10 mines, he pushes across the map. There's not that much creep, actually. What's the baning count like? There's a lot of medevacs, though. A lot of this army is just pure medevac. 24 supply in medevacs. It's personal healing at this point for these marines, while having their personal medic in the medevac. See if a couple of mines moving forward. Trying to get these big connections. Does not want that to happen, of course. Moves forward with a lot of banelings. Not that great of an engagement there. All the mines do end up falling. Still 8 mines remaining. Couple of have shot their shot already. Holy crap. Mines burrowing, not split up. That was a big mistake there by INnoVation. Not splitting up those 3 mines here at the front. We have a couple more mines. Good baneling connections. It feels like SoO should just be able to absolutely destroy this once the new banelings do arrive here. A couple of mine connections. But the banelings just don't keep connecting. Now this 4th base falls all of a sudden. If this top 5th base falls as well, all of a sudden, what do we really have left here for SoO? Well, apparently a lot of links, a lot of mutas. Not quite as many medevacs as we used to have. INnoVation actually microing his heart out. We'll be able to clear a lot of these links. Might be able to actually start working on his Mutalisk as well. There's not enough medevacs anymore now, though. 2 medevacs still alive. 59 army supply against 39. But all of this is Mutalisk, which Mutalisk are great if you have a big baneling count. But without banelings, mutas just don't trade very well against pure marine. Good mine connection here for SoO, who managed to clean all of this up. I thought SoO was just gonna drag that mine connection on top of the marines, but I think there was some retargeting going on there by INnoVation, who's actually not that far behind in army supply. So here come the Mutalisks. Once again, we have SoO moving forward. We have, I guess, the 3rd base of INnoVation now moving to what should be his 6th base, right? This was his 4th, this was his 5th, and this is his 6th. Now, this base is definitely gonna fall, which means SoO will be put back to a single mining base. I would love to see him go for the drones as well, yeah. Not quite sure why mutas are still being made. I feel like there's plenty of mutas, just not enough banelings. Big counterattack here by SoO, who will be able to clear out all of these SCVs. Now, of course, as long as Muse are alive, Terran still has a chance in this game, once again. These 2 medevacs will try to do something here. We'll be going for this 3rd base, or 4th, I guess. Oh, mine does not connect with anything, and I think this might just be it. GG gets called, and SoO wins this very back and forth game. I really did not think SoO would be able to win. Then I really did not think Inno would be able to win. In the end, he didn't win, but got a lot closer than I thought it would be. So a couple of question marks. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to subscribe. Helps me out a lot. Don't forget to hit that like button. And see you all next time for the next video. Bye bye.